book friends, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by for today's video. I've actually tried to start the video 3 separate times today, but we have a new kitten. We got her before Christmas. What was it? Yeah, a couple weeks before Christmas. She's actually going to be our older daughter's kitten, but she just had her spay surgery, so she's staying with us for a little while. She's a tiny little thing. I think she's 4 months old and she weighs about 3 pounds. And this morning, while I sat down to film the video, was when our dog Macy decided that she was big enough to play with. She's been very careful with her. They are going to be great friends, we can tell already. Macy is very mothering, so she's just what Rue needs. But this morning, Macy decided oh, she's big enough to play with. So they were running all over the room that I film in. So I had to stop and start a couple different times. They have now both tired out a little bit. I have closed the door. Rue is in the other room and Macy is here with me. The book we're going to talk about today is called The Jackpot Screwer by Nikki Ashton. I just love her books. I was so excited to get to this second book in the series. I did a video on the first book, which is called The Triple Threat. I will of course include that in the description box below. The series is the Dayton Valley series. I'm not sure how many books there's going to be. I know there's at least one more. I think there's going to be 4 in total, but don't quote me. I have done other videos on Nikki's books as well, and I will include them in the description box. And oh no, the kitten is sitting outside the door meowing. Oh God. Okay, I'm going to try to focus. I love that I've been able to read a few different styles of Nikki's. The Dayton Valley series is definitely rom-com, super sexy. Friends to lovers would be, I think, the trope for the triple threat. And then this, not that they were enemies, but it's a little bit more enemies to lovers. I am trying to be better about identifying the tropes and have organized my channel, if you look down, into playlists by where the books kind of fit, hoping that that's a little bit more user-friendly for you guys, my subscribers, and the new people that come to my channel. Okay, let's get back. I kind of digressed a little bit. Having read The Triple Threat, I kind of felt like I knew what I was in for a little bit with The Jackpot Screwer, and I was here for it. It's funny, it's steamy, there's kind of some cringy situations that you laugh through. It's very real. The Jackpot Screwer is about Carter and Bronte. Carter is Ellie. Oh, is it Ellie or Elle? From The Triple Threat. I can't remember if it's Ellie or Elle. I'm sorry. I should know that. In any case, he is her brother, and then Bronte is her best friend. So we met them and got to know them a little bit in The Triple Threat, and now here's their book. Carter is one of the local vets, the kind of big local vet in Dayton Valley. He works for him, but he's kind of hoping that he'll retire and Carter can step into assuming the role of the head of the practice. They're in their late 20s. Bronte owns a salon/spa. They both have their careers set. And I loved Bronte's personality from The Triple Threat, so I was really excited to get to know her better. Carter, I wasn't really sure about. Carter is kind of a jerk. He's also Hunter's best friend, which Hunter and Elle, oh geez, there I go again, not remembering, is it Elle or Ellie? The Triple Threat was about Hunter and Elle. So we know Carter and Hunter and their relationship. We know Bronte and Ellie, I want to say Elle, so I'm going to say Elle. We know their relationship, so I was looking forward to getting to know them because we know at the end of The Triple Threat that they're kind of together. Of course, because it's the second book, I will mention that I don't want you to get spoilers, so if you haven't read the books, I'm sorry if you get a spoiler. I do talk about my favorite moments and some of my favorite dialogue in my videos, so just know that going in that I am going to share stuff, and you might have already gotten a spoiler when I've talked about the different tropes. Okay, so carrying on, Carter is a bit snarky with everyone, and that's why I wasn't sure if I really liked him. Bronte is sassy, sexy, sure of herself. She has a take no crap kind of attitude about her. I really liked her. But I felt like in this book, she was on her back foot a lot because of the situation that arises. And that was surprising to read about her. Let me also say that I've been in this situation. So I felt very at home with how Bronte was feeling, and it was very familiar to me. So I understood where she was coming from a lot in this book. I did feel like she was definitely a little more stubborn than I was, but I totally understood it, and I understood her hesitation in approaching Carter about it. They've been together for, I think, a few months when the book starts, and it's unexpected, the situation they find themselves in. The jackpot screwer is somebody who sleeps with somebody in order to get pregnant by them. Bronte definitely doesn't want to be known as that in the town. They were dating. She had fallen in love with Carter, and this is what she says about Carter. To set the scene a little bit, they're talking about the situation that they find themselves in, and they're kind of arguing about it. They are kind of the Bickersons in a really funny way, which I liked. I felt like that's where a lot of the humor came from, was their bickering, and this is from Bronte's perspective. He gripped his hair and then turned to pace back towards the sofa. His shoulders were hunched as he dragged a hand through his beautiful hair, the color of cinnamon sticks. It flecked with gold highlights when the sun shone on it. Through all the years we'd known each other and fought and disliked each other, I never thought I'd end up loving him. I did, though. I adored him and hated the idea of not being loved by him or fighting with him. This was something he was just not ready for, and I didn't want my heart broken. The drama in this story comes with them both trying to do the right thing, but yet both being stubborn about it. And Carter's trying to show Bronte that he's good with it. He's fine. He wants it. They can move forward. But Bronte is like, I can do this on my own. I don't need you, because she's protecting herself. I so understood where she was coming from. But she also wants all of it with him, sees a future with him, but doesn't want to tie him down if he's not ready. Because the little bit of the backstory with them is that Carter's parents have a great marriage. It's something that was talked about in the Triple Threat. It was some of the best humorous moments in that book have to do with Carter's parents and how they're still in love and still intimate and romantic with each other. And they're not afraid to show it. Bronte is actually coming from a place where her parents' marriage is on the rocks a little bit, and we know that from the previous book. And that's kind of thrown her for a loop a bit. So, and she's like, wow, if my parents can have this trouble after being married this long, I don't want to continue moving forward with Carter knowing that he might not stick around. I got all that, and the underlying drama of that really made my heart clench, and I felt for her so much. And I wanted to see if Carter was going to kind of step up to the plate and where Nikki was going to take him in their story. I felt Carter's authenticity in the way Nikki wrote him, but he does some really stupid things and says some really stupid things to her. And he's like, I highlighted so many of them because you're just like, oh, how could you be that dense? You would never say that to a woman. So at one point he says to her that her ass looks really great with some of the weight that she's carrying. And she's like, seriously? And then this is the part where the jackpot screwer, where I figured out what it all meant, and a really great comedic moment between Carter and Bronte. So he's had a little bit to drink in this moment. And it's from Bronte's perspective. Carter Maples, don't you dare. My heart dropped to my boots, but Carter just grinned back at me. What the hell is he doing up there? I heard Jefferson ask. It's also their parents around them, so when you hear the other names, you know it's their parents. No idea, Henry replied, but I wonder if he's about to make a big mistake. Son, come down. Anyway, Carter continued, ignoring his dad, like I said, it's someone who sleeps with someone else purposely to get pregnant. But in my case, I just want you to know it's totally different. It's different in my case because I'm the jackpot screwer. I groaned and dropped my head to my hands, hoping to every lord above that he wasn't going to say what I thought he was. And that's because every damn time I hit the jackpot, every damn time I ring my lollipop's bells. He then kissed his knuckles and pointed like he'd just scored a Super Bowl touchdown and was dedicating it to me. Isn't that right, Lollipop? I heard his dad ask as my dad made a strange noise that sounded like he was in pain. I'll tell you when we get home, honey, Melinda replied with a cough. Carter, unaware of the conversation, carried on. But it's not just about giving it to her good. I hit another jackpot too. No, don't you dare! My shout had him looking in my direction, but with a slight wobble in his step, he then moved out of my eye line. Ladies and gentlemen, I just need you to know that my little swimmers hit that spot and I put a bun in my lollipop's oven. As I looked down and wished the ground would swallow me up, a few people muttered congratulations amidst a smattering of applause. But I think generally everyone was shocked, as I was. Henry cursed, Melinda groaned, my mom gasped, and as for my dad, well, I'm pretty sure he growled like a grizzly. Carter, though, never one to know when to shut his mouth, kept on talking. So, Lollipop, I want you to know, I'm ready for this, I'm ready to be a father, and I vote we call our baby Blake, after the most beautiful woman I know. It was then, for the second time in a matter of days, I threw my shoe at Carter's head. Okay, Carter likes Blake Lively. So all of that situation, oh my God. And there's more funny stuff like that. You have to read the book to get the full context, but it's absolutely hysterical. Carter and Bronte's chemistry is on point. You know they love each other, but like I said, they go through it in this book. There were some really sweet, tender moments as well, and that's where Carter kind of won me over. I needed them to find their footing in this book to feel like I got a full journey like I did with Triple Threat, and we do get a happily ever after with them, which thank goodness. But this particular moment is when I got tears in my eyes because it was so sweet and literally could not have been written better. It's exactly the type of thing that my husband would do to me if I was acting kind of crazy like Bronte was acting. I absolutely adored it. So again, a little context. They've kind of been bickering and arguing, and they're at a bar. She realizes, like, she's just gotten all flustered and all pissed, and she can't help it because her hormones are off the wall. And she's walked away because she needs to just take a breather, and she goes into the bathroom. Oh God, I'm such a bitch, I groaned as tears threatened to start again. As I was sitting on the toilet seat, I grabbed a handful of toilet tissue and wiped my nose before dropping my head into my hands. Lost in my misery, I didn't hear the bathroom door open or hear the footsteps on the black and white tiles. Hey, Lollipop. I looked up to see Carter's gorgeous smile and my heart stuttered. I'm sorry, I squeaked out. He reached out and ran a finger down my cheek. Sorry, Macy is snoring again. Don't worry about it, it's not a problem. He crouched down beside me and took a hold of my hand and squeezed it. I thought you hated me. He laughed quietly. Never gonna happen. But you walked out on me because you were mad. Shifting his position so he sat on the floor, I was grateful for Penny's almost anal cleanliness of her bathrooms. He moved in front of me and crossed his legs. He then reached for my foot and lifted it into his lap. What are you doing? I asked through a shaky giggle. Looking up at me through his lashes, he smiled and winked before removing my shoe. Carter? You said you couldn't paint your toenails, right? I nodded, and he reached into his pants pocket and produced a bottle of bright pink nail polish. So I'm going to do them for you. I had never felt so much love inside my chest. Too much. I was in danger of my heart combusting. He smoothed his hand over my foot and then unscrewed the cap of the polish. And he painted her toenails because she can't reach them. You guys, oh, such a sweet moment. I absolutely love this book and I cannot wait to read the next book. We do get a passage at the end of this book. I don't know where Nikki is coming up with these titles, but it's called The Beef Game. And it's about Jefferson, which is Hunter's dad, who's kind of like the silver fox. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait. The passage that she left us with in this book definitely had me wanting more for that book. And I know that will be coming out later in the year. And I will definitely be doing a video on it. Let me know if you have read the Jackpot Screwer or any of Nikki's other books, whether it be in this series or not. Let me know which one was your favorite. And don't forget, I always put an Amazon link direct to buy the book down in the description box. As always, I welcome you to come over to my social media, which is Kat Reads Romance on Facebook and Instagram. And then while you're here, before you go, I would love for you to hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing. When you do that, it not only helps my channel, but it will help this video get shown to more people so more people can hear about Nikki's amazing books here on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye!